Hello, welcome to the Peaceful Home. Welcome to my fall tour. I'm so excited to show you today what I've done to decorate for fall and how I have used materials that are absolutely free. And also, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why I even bother decorating. My name's Teresa Elling, and I'm a professional organizer, parenting coach, mom of six, and life these days is challenging, but so amazing. And I feel so blessed to have you visit today. I tend to be rather simple in the way I live. I do love to decorate my home, but I like to put things in place and have them stay there for 1, 2, or 3 years. I don't like to redo things very often. It's one of the reasons that I do not do a lot of holiday decorating. For a lot of the years that I was raising and homeschooling my children, I did not decorate for anything except Christmas. Fall decor was maybe having the kids pick out pumpkins at a pumpkin patch and throwing them on the front porch, and that was pretty much it. And that worked for us. The key is not to compare yourself with anyone else. Don't compare your home, don't compare your family, don't compare your budget or the season you're in. If you have small children at home, you have older children that are busy with their activities, maybe you're retired and you have a lot of time on your hands. We can't compare ourselves to others that are in different seasons and able to do different things. So what I'm going to show you today is just to give you a lot of ideas. It's actually more decor than I would normally do. But I wanted to inspire you guys, and I want to show you also how you can decorate when you do have small children and you want to keep things simple and keep them out of your decor. So let's start right here with the front porch. I have had this wreath for years, and all I did was tuck some of the white flowers into it to kind of perk it up a little bit. Over here, I've got the chests that are always here, and I literally went out to my yard, gathered a bunch of dying leaves and shoved them in this basket. And I think it is so pretty. So that is really easy to do. I love the doormat I got. I think it's beautiful for fall. And over here, I also have a few things, just some baskets that I've had for years that I put a blanket and a plant in. And again, these were literally clipping dead leaves off of a tree, and I stuck them in this crock. And right over here, I've got my little cafe table that is here year round, and I just threw a couple of pillows and a thrifted throw on there. And let's take a look inside. I have often thought that in living a truly simple life, I shouldn't want to decorate my home. But this is what I believe. I believe that I'm created by God, and I am made in His image, and He's a creative God. So therefore, I am creative. And decorating my house is one of the ways that I express that creativity. Now, this may not be your thing. Feel free to do as little as you'd like or over the top, as much as you want. Don't compare yourself with anyone else. But for me, this brings me so much joy. Everyone is creative. You might be a writer or a furniture builder or a watercolor painter or a chef or a baker, or maybe you're into fashion, which I've always wished that I had that gift. I really don't, but I love to see people put together amazing outfits. And it's not my gift, but find the ways that you enjoy being creative and go after those things. We're gonna start here in the kitchen, and one of the things that I'm careful to do is not decorate surfaces that are needed for practical things. So that's why I'm very careful not to clutter my counters with things that I don't like to work around. I know a lot of people are willing to move things because of the look and what they like, and that's fine. I'm just not quite that way. I took most of my teal glass down, and I'll show you what I did with that. So I did something different up here above the window, just a couple of books, some of my holiday dishes, and some arrangements that I put together. And then on my Lazy Susan, which is here all the time, I have an arrangement that actually started My daughter Rachel, this was her wedding bouquet. All of the greens were from the bouquet. I had hung it upside down to dry, and then I just added a few faux flowers a few years ago, and I've used it every year since. I wanted to show you guys, if you watched my fall thrift haul, I did put that silk fern up in the kitchen above my pantry, and I think it looks amazing there. Continuing to go around the room, I have the dresser that holds all of my tablecloths and linens for the kitchen. And I just decorated this 3-tiered tray very simply. And it's actually one of my favorite things that I did this year. And the fox and the squirrel, those are 2 of my grandkids' favorites. So they will always go out because my grandkids love them. And then here's my coffee bar. If you saw that, I did a separate video on how to style shelves and using the coffee bar as an example, as well as organizing it. And I will link that below in case you want to take a look at that video. But I'm really pleased at the way this looks. Now we're in my living room, and on the sofa table here, I have some hawk feathers that I've collected on the property over the last couple of years, and they were just sitting in a jar on my bookcase, and I thought, oh, they would look so pretty just highlighted under this dome, and I just put some greens around it and fern and some of the greens from the property. You'll recognize these pillows if you saw my fall thrift haul, and I'm very pleased with how they look. This beautiful blanket, my daughter Abby thrifted in Idaho, which I have to say, Idaho has some of the best thrifting ever. And I wish you could feel how soft this blanket is. It's amazing. And I've got pillows that I bought years ago. I've used them every year. I just added the mustard plaid ones this year, but these are ones that I've had for a long time. This is where I feel like my free decorating really shines. Years ago, I went out and we were actually driving up to the mountains, and I'm looking at all of these beautiful wildflowers, grasses that are dying, and they were just gorgeous. And so we pulled over several times. I picked a whole bunch, came home, put them all in vases, and lined our entire mantle with them. And I just think they're amazing. So here the TV blocks quite a bit, but I put them on each side. This year I chose to use my teal glass because I'm mainly doing blues and mustard yellow. So that was a lot of fun. This is totally free. You do not have to spend a penny. You can gather various, even drinking glasses, mason jars, whatever you have on hand, or you can thrift. I've thrifted almost all of this blue glass, and make arrangements. And it is a little messy. I'll show some footage. This is me out on the porch putting these together, and it's kind of a train wreck, but eventually you gather it all up, it goes to the burn pile and blow off the porch, and that was easy. I also made an arrangement for this little table to go on the tray, and this tray as well. It has some faux pumpkins, some that I had, and a large wood one that I got at Hobby Lobby, and just sycamore leaves from our property. I just gathered them and kind of tucked them here on the tray. And this is something that actually gets moved most of the time. I leave this blank so grandkids aren't getting into it, and I simply put this tray over on the table, and that vase actually is usually over here. So just so you know, that is normally what I do. I don't have anything on here, and I keep that blank so that we can move things over there if we need to. But if you don't have to worry about children getting into things, this is what you can do. And I love having a little bit of a taller arrangement. Again, everything there is from our property, the eucalyptus and the gold flower and that bright red, deep red. I just think is so pretty, kind of more of a rust color, Those are two of my favorite plants on the property, and I think they look beautiful in fall arrangements. This vase is one of my favorites, and when I decided I was gonna bring out my teal glass, I knew immediately that I wanted some mustard colored budding branches coming out of it, and I could just picture it in my mind, and I was able to find those at Hobby Lobby, and it's exactly what I pictured. So I'm thrilled with that. And then just tucked here and there are some of the arrangements that I made from the weeds on our property. And again, completely free, and this is a great project for kids. These little bundles, I'll show you. Basically, I just gather a little piece of greens. These are some yellowing leaves, really just dead branches, and some of that rust-colored plant. And I just tied it in a little bit of twine. So you could go on a nature hike with your kids, find this stuff, make bouquets, make wreaths, make just little bunches of greens that can be put around your house. They're beautiful, they're simple, and a great family project as well. I hope you enjoyed the tour, and I hope it inspires you to put some little fall touches throughout your home. Thanks for joining me on The Peaceful Home. Happy fall.